going on? So, hey, listen, I'm in the middle of studying the endocrine system for my nutritional therapy class, and I decided that I wanted to take a trip back down memory lane and give you guys a little information about a couple of my friends. One of them being a man named Weston A. Price, and of them being a man named Francis Pottinger. Now, why are these guys important? Well, they're kind of like the OGs of the old, it's not paleo, but it's ancestral for sure. So an ancestral wisdom, ancestral diet, it all kind of started way back when with these guys. And I'm going to give you a little bit of information about these two brilliant dudes. Weston A. Price was a dentist, and he traveled the world back in, it's been a while, a few generations ago. And what he was doing was comparing the diets of, cultures that, so we're talking, like I said, 80 years ago. So what he was doing was comparing cultures that were still eating what they ate, like what their grandparents ate, and cultures who had adopted a more Western diet, like we're seeing, we see now, basically. Wherever Dr. Price traveled, he found rapid decline in health of those people, who had given up their traditional diets in favor of a more modern processed food diet. Okay, his conclusions were that tooth decay, poor bone development, chronic diseases of the time were primarily caused by nutrient deficiencies found in our modern diets. Now, the biggest culprits being refined flour. There is nothing good about refined flour. Sugar, and my number one stop effing eating this forever, vegetable oils, okay? Canola oil is just as bad for you as smoking cigarettes, so get off the damn canola oil. Now, where can you find more information about Dr. Price? Well, he wrote a book back in 1939. Yes, it's still relevant today. Nutrition and Physical Degeneration, like I said, was made in 1939, and he chronicled all these interesting diets of these civilizations and how they had changed over the years. And there's even pictures of their teeth, and it is mind-boggling, as they say, the differences between the people who are still eating their traditional diets and those who had switched to a more Western or American type diet. As you heard me say in the last couple of weeks, and this is where I get a lot of this from, is Dr. Price. He concluded that there is no one ideal, one-size-fit, diet for everyone. Okay, but there are certain dietary laws that are inflexible. We must get fat-soluble vitamins from animal sources. If you're a vegan, I apologize. I literally cannot work with you. If you're willing to go vegetarian, we can make that work. But I don't work with vegans. We must consume properly prepared foods in their whole form. That's pretty self-explanatory. Real food, whole food. Anyways, so a few of the others. No refined foods. A few of the other commonalities. Is commonalities even a word? Commonalities. Anyways, some of the commonalities of healthy diets were that no healthy diet contained refined foods. All healthy diets contain some animal products. He was actually, one of his biggest disappointments was that he couldn't find a healthy vegan option. So, with that being said, in case you're wondering, if you are a vegan, I will not work with you. It is against my laws. So, if we can get you to vegetarian, now you're talking. But, no vegans. Anyways, so, all these healthy diets were 4 times higher in calcium. They were up to 10 times higher in fat-soluble vitamins. As far as like their macros, like the fat, forget macros, just fat. The fat content range was a broad range from 30% up to 80% of total calories. That being said, only 4% of, no matter where that is, was generally the polyunsaturated version of fats. So a big one that we have that we struggle with today, especially. These diets were balanced in their omega-3 versus omega-6 fatty acids. That's a big deal today. It is not easy to balance those things, especially with the way, I have a visitor, especially with the way our food is designed and destroyed by food industry. But that being said, to a guy known by Dr. Francis Pottinger. Now, listen, this guy, and there's going to be some, some charged ideas with Mr. Pottinger. So I don't want you to get the wrong idea, but I present the information because this guy's part of my study, and it's very impressive. So Pottinger's cat study. So, okay, it's cats, not people, but he took a bunch of cats, took 4 groups of cats, fed them all different diets. The only one that didn't get all messed up was the group that ate a normal cat diet, like raw fish, raw milk, So anyways, basically what ended up happening, it was a couple years after Dr. Price's findings, was that he basically confirmed all of Price's findings, but he took it a little bit further in that now we can, by judging by the cats and how they degenerated, we can pretty much draw a line with human beings, especially given where we've come since the early 1940s, late 1930s. The most significant physical and psychological degeneration comes in the 3rd or 4th generation after the issue. So say what you want, like I said, about this being a study using cats, but we're sitting here now 3 generations, 4 generations removed from, red dye number 5 and cheese puffs and goldfish and other terrible things like this. So, as I don't know, draw a conclusion however you like, but parallel can be observed in humans. As nutrient poor foods become more and more common, we see an increase in the intergenerational patterns of degeneration and dysfunction. And I don't want to get all, like I said, political, and I don't want to get into a huge deal about this, but if you're going to tell me that our food doesn't have anything to do with, I don't know, social and psychological problems with our kids, and allergies, and food sensitivities, and reproductive problems, if you're telling me that has nothing to do with, we're sitting here 3 generations removed from the invention of processed food, basically, 4 generations, 3, 4, right around World War II-ish, right? Sorry, I firmly believe that we did this. We gave ourselves peanut allergies starting 70 years ago, So, scary thought. I'm not going to get into a huge argument about whether or not you think that, freaking autism is caused by, eating Triscuits for 60 years. I'm not going to get into that discussion, but it's scary to me to think that here we are, there we were, and here we are. You know what I mean? So another one of Pottinger's findings was that it takes 4 generations to reverse said problems. So 3 to 4 to get here takes 4 generations to reset and reverse these issues from a biological standpoint. Again, in cats. But, yeah, so start today. We can do this together. We can start feeding our kids better. We can start eating better. We can change the world. One dinner plate at a time. I've been saying it for a while now. Hey, anyways, listen. I don't want to get all sad and philosophicalized, but drop me a comment, drop me a flex, drop me an emoji that says this, whatever it is. Comment, like, subscribe, do things.